Namaste. Welcome to the breathe, gotta breathe, meditate, and of course this is the restorative practice to relaxation. Right, Devin? Thank you for being here with us. You gonna join us? He's sitting in the sun with a dog. So today's practice, a very necessary practice of understanding, did I say that right? How to breathe and release all the carbon dioxide that's getting really literally stuck in the rib cage underneath the diaphragm in the gut area. We do need to expel carbon dioxide. We produce it as humans and it needs to be released out. But now that with this situation, we're breathing it in continuously, masking ourselves. So it's so important at the end of your day to stop, take that thing off, and literally get that carbon dioxide out of your body. So today, for the restorative and breath practice and meditate, I'd like for you to meditate on your sovereignty of just being in the fluidity of yourself and really practicing letting go of that energy in your diaphragm. It'd be a good practice for you to do with me, Devin. Not a chance. Okay, then skedaddle. So Tyson, you could stay. Come on, come sit in the sun. Or you were in the sun. I need to sit in the sun. So what we're going to do is work the diaphragm. Literally pulsate and move the stuff out. Yeah, it's the meditation. It's what you're thinking. And you can't control, as much as we think we can control anything in life, but the one thing we can control is how we choose to be, either in a fluidity of our thinking or gripping our thinking. Yeah. So gripping or fluid. So when you think a thought, it's got to move through you. It's already happening. You can't just stop and say, oh no, I can't think that, because it'll just keep on coming. It's just like, bah, 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 bah. So eventually what I'm saying is that you need to choose to invite yourself to let everything be fluid. Let go of the grip, yet we are going to grip the muscles of our diaphragm to expel, to squeeze out that carbon dioxide that's sitting in there due to these unforeseen fearful times, because fear causes that, right? So we're gonna release it. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall, so get cozy. My son's getting closer to doing yoga. He did it once with us. He thought, oh my God, that was hard. And he lifts weights. All right, shake everything off, shake it off, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Big breath in, letting go, breath out. All we're going to practice is the expelling, the releasing, the pushing of the breath out from the belly, from the diaphragm, using these muscles. So I like to take my hands onto my belly. Om Namah Shivaya, by the way. Om is the universal consciousness of thought and love. So let us just say Om to ourselves and begin this practice. So start with this. Contract your belly and blow the breath out of your nose. And again, without moving your shoulders. And then you can speed it up. I'm making it really loud, but when you're in a room, you don't really necessarily need to hear anyone doing it. It's more like a so I'm constantly contracting my diaphragm to expel the exhalation out. Don't even think of the inhalation, it automatically occurs. So now let's stop and take a really big breath in. Clear it out. And let's do another round. Big breath in, you can close your eyes. Hold and retain the breath, and when you're ready, you can speed it up if you feel comfortable without shrugging your shoulders. It's a learning curve to really connect with the muscles, so keep it going. You've got this. Keep that pulsating, that contraction of the abdominals for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then a big breath in. Hold and retain your breath. And then when you're ready to let it go, let it go. So are you getting a feeling of that? So we're going to do one more round, and some of you may still be doing it, practicing it. You do you. You figure out what you need to do. The most important piece in our lives right now is the prana, the vital force, the breathing. Okay, let's do it again when you're ready. I'm going slow today because I'm really squeezing the abdominals. Those that are moving rapidly, that's fine too. If you've been practicing this for a while, Kapalabhati. That's great too. Just keep on moving that diaphragm. That's the focal point right here. Contracting for another 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And then big breath in, hold and retain. And then shine that breath out however you wish to. Beautiful. Good. Now what's really important is to restore ourselves and our spine. I hear a lot of that back stuff is going on with people. Back, my back. Well, we've got a lot on our back. So let's twist. So I invite everyone to switch out your shin. It's so important to do that. You can come off your bolster. You do not need to sit on anything to twist. A lot of you have your knees up really high because that's your flexion. It's okay as long as you're comfortable. You may want to put blocks underneath your thighs to support yourself because we're twisting towards the right. And in order to do that, you need to feel structurally grounded. So with the left hand on the right knee, press in an isometric so that you can sit up tall and then work your right arm back and blossom your chest up and really get into your twist. Like get into your twist. Yeah, sitting up nice and tall. Breathe that breath. You've got it. Beautiful. And then when you're ready to in-breath and come to center, do that. And then move to the other side. So you're literally feeling your gut, getting into your spine, and feeling the roots of your hands or forearms pressing against the floor or your thigh to get into your twist, lifting and broadening in the collarbone. You can move your face around. Good. And then on your next in and out breath, when you're ready to come to center, come to center. Yeah, beautiful. And I'd love to do a cat-cow seated. So if you're not comfortable seated, you can always go into all fours for your cat-cow, and it would be like this, toes curled under. For me, cat-cow today seated is a great way to think about opening up those arms. That would be the cow, opening up the chest, and when you exhale, you're rounding your spine back. And you're in-breathing and opening those arms up. Feeling the gloriness of this world. And when you're ready to exhale, you're like, yes. The meditation is the being present. Meditation is being present. Can you feel your body moving with the breath? Exhale. Inhale. Exhaling. Oh, yeah. Inhaling. Beautiful. And then let's just settle into our spine and lay down. Now, some of you are in tabletop, so just flip yourself around, bring your legs out in front of you. Let's have the bolster at the side. We may need it for something. I'll see how we feel when we lay down. And then scoot your tailbone under, hold the front of your knees, and roll yourself down nice and gingerly. If you have a blanket for your occipital bone, the head, then slide it underneath the back of the skull. Make sure that the neck is neutral. And then for this one, particular one, I think I'd like to just do the twist once again. So let's take both knees to the chest and then drip them all the way over to the right side. Make sure your feet are under your bum. You could use the bird's eye view for this one. So there's a right angle of my legs. I see a lot of people do different arrangements in class. For today, let's do the 90 degrees or so and then open up the chest. Reach out through your arms. Move through your middle fingers. Make sure your arms are below your shoulders and your feet can just spoon. The top leg can spoon your inner arch of your other foot. Open up those arms and then soften them. If your left shoulder is not on the floor, then use more stackable props so that your left shoulder can be on the floor. Some of you may want to rest your right hand on your left knee. But as long as you can rest in this position, we want to stay here for some time, at least a couple of minutes. Make sure your arm, the left arm, is not above your head, it's below. You can even bend the elbow and hold and rest your left hand on your rib cage as long as you're comfortable. Close your eyes and feel the fullness of your breath in and out to the diaphragm, just like we did earlier. My stomach is already gurgling. That means I've achieved the parasympathetic system is definitely leading instead of the flight and fight one, which is sympathetic. So allowing the breath. I could totally fall asleep right now. Be very mindful of the diaphragm that you're breathing into it so you do not slip out into a sleep and forget what we're doing. Stay with the breath. So it's the in and out breath. If the mind starts to wander, don't control it in a sense thinking to stop the thinking. Instead, just let it flow through you. It's like, oh yeah, I recognize that's a thought. Let it go. Just letting it move through you. Staying with the breath. Keeping both shoulders down. Beautiful, beautiful, bright breath into the rib cage. Beautiful. So just noticing where you're feeling the sensations. For me today, I feel a lot of lower back. That has to do with definitely personal power and relationships. My hips are a little sticky, directional movement. So take a really glorious big breath. Reach your arms out as wide as you can. We're going to start to awaken out of this twist and then draw the left knee first, then the right knee, unless you did opposite. Hug both knees as closely as you can to your chest. And then I'm inviting you, if you need to open your knees so your boobies and your belly can fit through, or squeeze your knees together. Now reach and see if you can grab your ankles. If not, grab your shins or hold your knees and lift your neck into flexion for 10, for 9, 8, 7. Keep on breathing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then release shoulders and head. And then you can either take your bolster across to the other side if you need it, and then simply sweep your knees all the way onto the other side. For me, it's the left side. So again, your feet can just spoon each other. The top foot spoons the inner arch. You can hold the top knee with your opposing hand and then reach out through the right arm. So I'm just giving you the instructions based on my side. So right arm reaches out, left hand holds right knee. Open up your chest. So play around in your lower back, your rib cage, and see if you can get your chest open. Nice. So you want to be able to rest in this position. So using your bolster wisely, so you can literally, if you're holding your knee, you want to be able to rest your left elbow. And you want to be able to rest your right elbow. So maybe stackables, bolster, blankets. Finding your twist. And if you need to do anything to settle into it more optimally, you could do that. I like to twist myself sometimes a little bit more. And remember, meditation is being present in your breath. It's literally being here now. That's what meditation is. It's the presence of being, and then it is perhaps the void of thought, which you cannot control. Say, oh, stop thinking, because they'll keep on coming. But what you can do is acknowledge that there is a thought and just completely let it go and not grip it, not hold on to it, not storyline it, not embellish it. Let your facial muscles soften. Allow that your breath is the muse. My chimes are creating an ambiance. I'm slipping into a nidra. Remember, we're not forcing anything. We're letting the knees soften as they soften. Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. You can make it audible. Notice what you notice. There's no controlling it. Just notice what you notice. Non-attachment. And then I'm going to invite you all to open up your wingspan, reach through the fingers, and then very gingerly start to lift that top leg to the center, then the other one joins. If you have your bolster handy, slide it across the butt, underneath the thighs, and then let's do a Savasana is the proper way to pronounce it. We were pronouncing it Shavasana, but it's Savasana, which isn't lying down and sleeping. It's literally coming home to your vessel. So open up your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Get snugly with your bolster underneath your knee creases. Adjust your shoulder blades and back and the occiput So for me, I like this blanket folded so that I can rest the back of my occiput bone and my neck is neutral. And then I'm going to invite us all to place our hands somewhere at the pelvic area, meaning just at the solar plexus area, below the navel and the pubis. Heel of your hands can be resting on your hips so that your elbows are relaxed. You are relaxed. You can rotate your ankles. And then coming home to the mind's eye and seeing yourself in your mind's eye as a beautiful reflection in a mirror and full of light and love and humor and joy. So just really seeing yourself in the light. And then you're looking at yourself saying, I love you. I love you. And you feel it because you know that that's what you're at. You're just taking care of yourself. So we'll be here for a few minutes just meditating, meaning being in the presence of your breath, moving the breath in and out. Allow that breath connection, the diaphragm. Remember the diaphragm. We're expelling the carbon dioxide that gets stale. A couple of really deep breaths as we awaken ourselves. If you prefer to stay in this longer, please do. I love rubbing my tummy and saying gratitude notes to it. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And then when you're ready to just draw your knees back into your heart center and roll to a side that resonates with you and let your head rest on your arm and gather those knees nice and tightly. Take a couple of breaths into your lower back, into your kidney area, back side of your body. Yeah. And then when you're ready to press yourself all the way up, come on up. And when you come up, take your time. You can sit on your bolster, you can just sit on your bum. I love my bolster. And then, I almost literally went into that deep yoga nidra. Turn your palms up. We're going to touch the ether finger and draw the ether finger to the thumb. So that's the fire and the space, bringing them together. May we create a new world, because everything begins with this spark of life, fire, the sun. So Aries is the first sign of our astrological year. And so as you know, we are in that Aries. So let us tune in here, okay, with our fire, new version of ourselves, meaning love and light, love and light. Those are the only answers we need for all the questions for today. Is if you add love and light, Shazam, okay? So straightening all the other fingers is really challenging to do. Sitting up nice and tall. Yeah, take another deep breath in. Let it go. And I'd like to end this practice with the sound, vibrational frequency of Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti means peace. Om is universal consciousness of love. So may we offer our love so that there is peace in all the places in our being. Namaste. I see you. Namaste. I'm the other you. And remember, as much as we are very different in our, say, opinions and placements and attitudes, we are more similar than we are different. We are one. That's what it boils down to. But yet, we get to experience our free will, and we get to experience, we are the point the universe is making. So each one of us is the experience. So may you enjoy it, knowing you are loved and you're the point the universe is making. So uplift, be joyful, love. Namaste. If you have any questions, please email me. I'd love to hear from you. And until the next episodes.